heard that what's trending, one of the things that's trending is coziness.
Coziness?
Oof.
What? Wrong kind of cozy?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So anyway, so we're going to talk about that today.
Okay.
We are Goldilocks.
And the Silver Fox.
Yep, and I'm Joanne.
And I'm Carl.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. We're going to talk about cozy today. Well, all things cozy, like the cool weather, the change in the seasons, come up with some funny stories.
Yeah.
We're going to share with you why Carl becomes an old man when,
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
wow.
when the weather gets cooler.
We should just call this podcast Picking on Carl.
Okay. I got no problems with that.
All right, so it's getting in the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
Weather's changing.
Yeah.
I think the one leaf changed out back because
right.
we're in Florida.
Yeah, so most of you guys know that we live in Florida. We don't get a big seasonal change, but if we wait long enough, the weather does cool down, the humidity does go down a little bit, and we do really love that.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, I love it all the times. So I love it because I love the cold weather. I can't stand being hot. It's hot here all the time. I'm just over it. And when the cool weather comes, I get to wear my cozy clothes, which I love because, you wear them like twice a year, and then they're out of style before you even wear a hole in them. Yeah, I really love to just cozy and wear long sleeves.
I still have my cozy
and
stuff
pants.
from middle school.
Yeah, we talked about that in our Fashionista podcast.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, I like all my cozy clothes, and I even like to wear like gloves and mittens, and probably for so many of you that are living up north, that's a given.
Right.
It's like what do you even? Why is that significant? But like down here, you maybe
we only do it like 3 times. 3 times out of the whole year.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
Like last year, I didn't even break any of my scarves or my gloves out because I didn't need to. We had a hot winter, which was terrible.
I think we're going to have a cold winter this year, from what I heard.
Oh, well, I hope so. That'd be nice.
So hopefully we'll see.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice change.
So I want to talk about what are some of our favorite things about the cool weather. I said cozy clothes. I also love just the feeling of having a nice warm cup of tea. Like in the summer, I won't just have a warm cup of tea typically in the middle of the day, but when the weather's cold, I enjoy that. So
okay.
Is there something that you like specifically you look forward to when the weather cools off?
So I'm not really a tea person.
Right. Well, it doesn't have to be a drink, just anything
so
specific.
So coffee is year-round for me.
Yeah.
So that really doesn't change. I'll probably have some coffee at night, decaf or something like that. But so when the weather does change, I kind of do like, if I'm drinking beer, which I don't drink a lot.
Okay.
I like the thicker ales.
The ales,
some kind of the
ales.
seasonal beers.
Okay.
So that would be the one
fun.
thing I think that I would like.
Okay.
Something different.
Yeah.
They're usually typically really thick, fuller.
Yeah. And some people probably wouldn't like them because they're probably heavier.
They're much heavier.
Flavor.
Yeah. I don't even know how to describe it.
And I don't even know if you would like to drink that all year long, but just having it seasonally, it would be too much all year long.
It's kind of seasonal. And like I said, I don't really drink that much. But if I'm having a beer, there's summertime beer, and then there's like wintertime beer. So the wintertime's more the thicker ales, like I said, and the richer, fuller, darker hops.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So it fills you up after one bottle.
Yeah, I don't drink beer, but I can enjoy cider, and I do like cider. So those come in different flavors too.
Cider and CBD?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's a winning combination. You gonna tell that story? Okay, Carl's got a story.
So
yeah.
It was for my retirement. So 2 years ago, I think it's been, I retired from a previous job. Yeah. And we went on a trip to celebrate our retirement. Yeah. And Joanne kind of retired at the same time. And we started new adventures.
I'm working back now again.
Yeah, but we're doing different things. But we left our previous jobs.
That's right.
And we went on a trip to celebrate. And, CBD was really kind of getting to be talked about a lot.
Well, okay, so I used to do triathlon, and so I used to use the Hammer products, and they came out with a line of CBD, it's a clean CBD. It doesn't have THC in it.
Right, okay.
So I started ordering it because just to alleviate some of my body pain and all that kind of stuff. So that's when I started taking CBD. And then they came out with one that had the legal percentage, once it was legalized to have a 0.3%. I went ahead and ordered that. And I had just ordered that before our trip.
So she had just ordered it, and then one of our first stops, I think first hotel, because I think it was a 2-week trip. We were going all over, so we just went on a road trip.
We were in Alabama at the time.
We just took a road trip and just kind of basically threw a dart or pointed our finger at the map and just picked places to go. Yeah. And we went to a restaurant. Yeah. And we kind of did a little video at the restaurant.
I got a cider, which was delicious. Yeah, and I don't drink that much, so it's nice, refreshing.
She doesn't really drink that much. Yeah. And apparently you took a CBD with it?
Yes, I did. And it was the one with just that little tiny percent.
A little percentage in it. Yeah. And mixing the cider and the CBD probably...
Oh, it gave me the giggles.
Oh, probably...
So bad.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the smart thing to do, but it was hysterical.
It was fabulous.
It was hysterical.
Great. It was a very smart thing to do. It was fantastic. I loved it. It was so funny. And it didn't last for too long, but oh man, I had the giggles.
Oh, we left the restaurant and we're walking back to the hotel and she was just making fun of everybody in their clothes.
Was I?
Just giggling.
Gosh. Yeah. Oh, I was
and just laughing at nothing.
Oh, there was something to laugh at. There had to be something.
So it was funny.
It was
funny.
Yeah.
Because normally I'm the one that's laughing like a goofball.
At nothing.
At nothing.
At his own jokes.
At my own jokes. I'm my biggest fan. But it was funny to watch her, and we have a video. So if you're watching this on YouTube,
that in.
If you're watching on YouTube, we'll post that video.
Yeah, that was a good time. So yeah, in the cool weather, I like apparently a little cider and some CBD as well.
Cider and CBD.
That wasn't on my radar for today, but that was great. Yeah, that's fun. That was a funny thing.
That sounds like a hit song, Cider and CBD.
Oh, there you go. All right, we'll get working on that.
Any musicians out there? Oh, actually, we'll do that maybe.
Yeah, we'll do
it. For a parody.
Yeah.
We'll do it for a parody.
Well, speaking of, so I was checking out what was been trending, because we want to get content, so you kind of want to maybe hit a trend or something here and there. I mean, our stories are funny and hilarious, but let's get into some trends if we can. And some of the things that were trending, obviously coziness this time of year, but also was parodies. Parody songs. Okay. Yeah. So just so you guys know, in an upcoming podcast, we are going to be creating a parody song. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not giving away any other information, but I am going to just put that out there.
I think we're going to have fun with that, and we'll probably end up making a bunch of parody songs.
We might. If we have a good time with it, we will.
We'll see how it goes.
We love goofing around and having a good time with that kind of stuff. Yeah, so another thing I really like when it's cooler is baking. Now, I don't bake a lot, but I hate baking in the summertime because it heats up the house. So I like that. And then soup. Now, I have been making soup lately, but I don't usually make it in the summertime. So I do enjoy that in the wintertime.
I don't know if we talked about this in a previous podcast, but I'm going to go back to baking.
Baking, okay. Well, we did talk about it. We did because when we met, I used to bake for him all the time.
It was the whole bait and switch thing. She got me hooked with the baking. And then I married her, and then now she won't bake for me.
Well, because I got heavy. And then I had to stop eating the way Carl eats, because he used to eat still does, eat like a 10-year-old.
12.
And
I'm offended that. I eat like a 12-year-old.
I gained so much weight. And so I had to really pull it together. So I had to stop eating pizzas at midnight and baking cookies all the time. So it wasn't a bait and switch. It was just I just had to do that.
It went from chocolate chip cookies and brownies to a sweet potato pop.
They've all heard about the sweet potato. You don't need to keep bringing that one up.
Well, all right. Moving on.
Okay, so something I love, and so many people love this too. I love a nice cold rain where you're definitely not going out of the house. You're not leaving because it's cold out and it's rainy and the sun isn't shining. And I just like to snuggle up on the sofa with a blanket and a cup of tea and a book. Oh my gosh. It's fun to watch a movie too, but I do love to read. It's just something about, even thinking about that makes me happy.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of makes me just relaxed. I want to take a nap.
Yeah, it does make you want to relax.
You want to just lay down and relax, take a nap.
Yeah, something about it.
Yeah.
I love when it cools down and you open your windows and doors, because I do love to do that. Some people keep their windows and doors closed all year round, maybe for allergy reasons or whatever. I open everything up, and that crisp air, that's just, man, it's the best.
It just makes your nipples perk up.
Whoa! I don't think people needed to hear you say that.
That's my favorite thing about the crisp weather.
Okay. Well, this just went downhill really quick. It's incredible. Yeah. Okay.
Oops, sorry folks.
I love preparing.
Just being honest.
Yeah. I love preparing for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I love decorating my house. Mm-hmm. Although I think I'm going to just par down a little bit. Yeah. I love it, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, it is. It actually is. And it was fun with the kids because the kids would kind of help out. We'd all do it as a family. Yeah. Now it's like everybody's doing their own thing.
Yeah. Everybody's older now.
And it's all up to me to hang everything and decorate.
Do you guys hear this line of beep? It's just incredible. He does none of it.
Oh, it's exhausting.
Oof.
It's exhausting.
I'm going to punch you in the face. I swear. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Well, right. You know, so it is fun, but as we're getting older and it's just us, I don't think.
Well, it's not just. I mean, Amanda and Andrew still live here, but they're not little anymore, so it is a little bit different.
We have definitely parted down, but so we got last year at Christmas time, and we'll maybe talk about it.
Okay.
Is the little Snoop on a Stoop?
Oh yeah. So that was funny.
Instead of Elf on a Shelf.
Yeah, we got Snoop on the Stoop.
We got Snoop on a Stoop, and it's a little tiny Snoop Dogg dressed in an elf costume,
and he's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
And and
it's whatever it is, he's got something. He's enjoying something.
Yeah, and
that's been funny. So kind of moving him around, just like you would.
Looking forward to doing that.
Yeah. So we do like to play practical jokes on each other
all the time.
You guys will hear more about that coming like in April for April Fools. So you'll hear about it in March, but. Mm-hmm. We do enjoy doing that, and so Snoop on the Stoop is not so much a practical joke, but it's just one of our fun little games. We would each take turns hiding all through the house in different poses with different things around him. Yes, and then different somebody things would find that would really pertain to him. Yeah. So it really not just hiding him like you would the elf, but like hiding him in situations that would really apply. So we'd find ourselves really committing to a scene, and that was a lot of fun. I love that.
Like Snoop's lounging back with little miniature bags of chips and candy and everything else because he's got the munchies.
Yeah.
And stuff like
that.
If
I can find those photos, I'll splice those in too.
Well,
so that was a lot of fun.
We probably should save that for Christmas.
Yeah,
time.
true.
We'll do that later. But it's fun. I enjoy the spontaneous side of stuff like that. Yeah. So, anyways, that's.
So, the pumpkin patch is always fun this time of year. And this year, I don't think we shared what we did this year. So, I'm going to go ahead and share it.
Well, so let's tell the story of why it's important.
Well, obviously. Yes, I'm going to tell the whole thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. I got it. Hey. So, every year.
Do a good job. Make sure you explain it.
Oh! All right. Every year. Carl.
Gotta paint the picture.
I'm painting.
It's a podcast over
here. So every year we would go to the same pumpkin patch ever since the kids were tiny, since we moved into this house. And so it's been 23 years. I think in the 23 years we missed a year. Okay. But we've obviously hit 99% of them. Mm-hmm. So our son, Brandon, our middle son, he has moved out.
So you didn't paint the picture.
Oh, my. Oh, so, go ahead, Carl. All right, so you go ahead and do that.
She left out a lot of details.
Wow.
So it's a little pumpkin patch at a church.
Yeah.
They have these little things set up where you can take pictures.
Yes.
Different characters, Winnie the Pooh, Tiger,
They're painted, they're these painted wooden pieces.
Yeah, and it's decorated with fall. So they have all these spots around the pumpkin patch where you can take pictures.
Yes.
And since the kids were little, we would go to the pumpkin patch and let them pick out pumpkins, but we always took family pictures every year.
Yes.
So we've got pictures every year of the kids posing in these same decorations, and the church still uses the same decorations.
Yeah, they do. They've switched a few things up, but yeah.
So they move them around and change it, but they're always there.
Yes.
So we have 20-something years of our kids growing up
with these same
characters at the pumpkin patch. And it's kind of really cool to look back at all the years and the changes and just the memories of it. So it's really cool. I just
assumed people would sort of know that, but that's good. You did a good job painting the picture. There's some Picasso over there.
Yeah, you painted with a pencil. I paint with colors over here.
Oh, wait. All right.
I paint with crayons.
All right. So now you guys are completely filled in on the pumpkin patch situation.
I'm on my third cup of coffee. I'm a little jacked up.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We can handle it.
I'm having a good day.
So at any rate, so Brandon has moved out. and not just moved out, but moved out a couple hours away. So it's not easy to get together and go do the things that we used to do.
Right.
So this year we printed out a picture of him, life size of his head,
cut out of his head,
and I put it on cardstock so it would be nice and firm, and then I attached that to a paint stick so that he could come to the pumpkin patch with us.
And we did our family pictures.
We did our family pictures with his head. And Amanda's boyfriend Nick was very kind to use his body in some of the pictures and hold Brandon's face in front of his. So that was great.
We got the same family pictures that we have posed for with all these years.
Yes.
With a stick cut out of Brandon smiling.
Yes.
And we literally put that picture everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
We put it within the pumpkins, underneath
everywhere.
chairs.
It was funny. And now our son Andrew, and if you guys haven't seen our YouTube videos, pop on sometime so that you can see Andrew. We'll introduce him at some point. And we have in some past videos. But Andrew is our oldest child, and he lives with us still, and he will always live with us. So Andrew's very special. And so he's had a lot of fun with Brandon's head on a stick because he's been
I forgot about that.
Putting it all around the house every day. It's someplace new for us to find.
Yes. Yeah, and he's having a blast.
He's having a blast with it.
Doing it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing we do with Snoop on a Stoop.
That's right.
But he's doing it with Brandon now.
Brandon.
So now it's Brandon on a stick.
Yeah.
All over the house. So we've got a new tradition for November.
Yeah.
And we'll probably keep this.
Yeah,
and every November,
really funny.
and this is our way to guilt our son to come visit us in November.
That's right. That's right.
And if he doesn't, we're just going to keep up the whole Brandon on a stick.
That's right.
For November.
Yeah, so,
and then march him around.
That's right. We'll have a family dinner, and we'll put him at his seat with his place setting. And
then send him pictures of it,
absolutely.
So he could see that he was there with us.
That's right. So anyway, good times with that.
And Andrew's having a blast.
Oh, he's having a good time.
He's just hiding it everywhere. You open a cabinet, there's a big life-size picture staring at you, or just next to the TV or whatever.
Funny.
So it's fun. It's cute. It's actually
put
really
it in
fun.
my art studio, and it's been everywhere. So that's been a lot of fun. So another thing that I like, and I know you do too, because it definitely happens more when the weather cools down. For you, it's definitely more car shows.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And it's more enjoyable to go to a car show because you can't. Here in Florida, it gets so hot in the summertime.
Oh, yeah.
And, you don't want to go to an asphalt parking lot and walk around. Mm-mm. So, really, there's not too many car shows during the
summertime,
There's some during the evening. Mm-hmm. Fall is really a car show season, really.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun.
And for me, there's a lot of craft fairs, or there's art fairs.
Nobody cares
There's
about
also downtown. He's really asking for it today.
I am.
I'm going to go find the arsenic and put it in your coffee.
Next week when we do our podcast, check out the video because I'll probably have a black eye.
No, there's no domestic violence here, and we do not condone that behavior.
No, well...
Whoa.
So, as I've told my daughter Amanda, never, ever, ever hit someone in violence.
Right.
Unless you're absolutely sure you can get away with it.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
It's incredible.
Just kidding.
That's incredible. That was one of our questions in a past podcast was, what would you do if you knew there was no consequences?
Well, so let me tell the story why I said that.
Okay.
Because people are going to think that I'm beating everybody in the house.
Yeah, and he's not.
And I don't. So kids were tiny. Okay. Amanda and Brandon were tiny.
Yes.
And they're a year apart. Mm-hmm. And everything was a competition. Mm-hmm. It was like who got the front seat in the car, who got to open the bag of food first, whatever. Everything was a competition.
Yeah.
And it was always constantly, Mom, Dad, so-and-so did this, so-and-so, Brandon did this, Amanda did this. And one day I was sitting on the couch, and I hear a little commotion, and Amanda come running up to me from their room into where I was sitting. Mm-hmm. And she's like, Dad, Brandon hit me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, go hit him back. Mm-hmm. And she looked at me like puzzled, but you could see the wheels turning like, oh my gosh, I can hit him back.
Like I have permission.
Dad just said I can hit him back.
Yeah.
So I'm watching her. She gets a smile and a spring in her step. And she goes running through the living room. And I could look and see down the hallway. And Brandon was walking away from me. So his back is to me. She's running up behind Brandon And she just smacks him on the back of the head and giggles and keeps running.
That's my girl.
Yeah. So we've taught her to stand up for yourself.
That's right. You gotta take care of yourself.
Crap,
That's right. That's right. You don't take crap off of people.
Don't be a victim.
That's right.
Fix the problem.
That's right. Handle it. Knock them out.
And move on.
Yeah.
So
that's how we grew up. Back when we were kids.
Yeah.
There wasn't all this, oh, you can't stand up for yourself. No, we would beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah. So nowadays in school, if you get in a fight, it's a major deal. They'll call the cops and everything.
Yeah.
I remember in middle school, I got in a fight in gym class. And the gym coach grabbed the both of us, threw us into a supply closet that was really huge. It was a big room. Locked the door. He's like, you guys want to fight? Go fight.
Go fight.
And we literally stared at each other
of course.
What the hell just happened?
Yeah. We locked in the supply closet. That is wild.
And I don't know, we were in there probably for 5-10 minutes. He's like, you guys done? We're like, yeah.
That's so funny.
So times have changed a lot.
They have. Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. When I was in middle school, we'd get in fights, and it'd be like, all right, meet me at the baseball field across the street, because there was a baseball field across the street, and I had a couple of those. But I thought nothing of taking somebody down if I had to do it. I had no problem. I threw a kid down the stairwell. He said something to me, and it was derogatory or something. I didn't like it. I threw him right downstairs.
That's it. He probably never picked on you again.
Hell no, he didn't. He goes, I'm going to tell the principal, and I go, what, are you going to go tell the principal you got beat up by a girl? And that shut him up.
That's it.
And that, But, okay, we live in different times. That's fine. But I'm just saying, back in the day, we had to be tough.
We did.
We had to stick up for ourselves. We had to handle it.
We did. There was a hierarchy, and you fit in the hierarchy. You either got picked on, you either fit in, or you kind of were... doing the thing.
This audience is going to think we are absolute savages.
Well, we're not. So,
and I don't know if that's in a, some will be in a good way and some will think it's in a bad way. But you know what? That's my experience. That's my truth. Yeah. And if you don't like it, just go tune in somewhere else.
Wow.
That's how I feel about it. It's my life.
I still say tune in even if you're really upset with Joanne right now.
Nobody has the right to try to erase my reality.
No, that's true. And that's true.
My reality.
So here's the thing, too. And times have changed, and I don't want people to get upset with things that I say. But, I was a quiet kid. I really did not... I didn't like... I was set in my own ways.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And,
Still is.
Yeah, still am. And we all know why I got real quiet, because of the one thing I said, in the schoolyard. I was kind of quiet. I never went looking for trouble.
Right.
But if someone came to me and wanted to start something, I was raised, and my dad said, if someone puts your hand on you, knock them on your ass.
Absolutely.
And he told me day one going to elementary school, if someone puts their hands on you, knock them on their ass.
That's right.
And if school has a problem with it, I'll come down and talk to the school.
That's right. Yes, absolutely.
And he's like, no one ever has the right to put their hands on you.
Yeah.
And I know that's not the right thing to say today.
Well, I don't know that it's wrong.
There's some truth to that.
Yeah, there is.
There's some things that I think we're missing.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not advocating violence.
Right.
But I'm advocating standing up for yourself.
Absolutely. And not being a victim. Everybody's a frickin' victim.
Yeah. So, I had this side of me. I was not afraid to get into a fight. I was just confident in myself, and I just had this, I was raised with this belief that I wasn't going to take shit from people. Mm-hmm. And I was nice to people. So I want to make it clear. I wasn't looking for trouble.
Yeah.
But then there was this side of me that, I am a compassionate person. So I would see people getting picked on by the schoolyard bully.
Yes.
And bullies are basically bullies because they're allowed to get away with it. Right. If you stand up to a bully, 99% of the time, they're done.
Yep.
Because all they got is loud talk.
That's all they got.
And all that.
Yeah.
So in school, I actually used to stick up
me too.
for the kids that got picked on.
I did
or
too.
get their money taken.
Yeah.
So I would stick up for them. Mm-hmm. And maybe that kind of led to my profession that I ended up getting into and doing that. Who knows? Yep. But so here's the deal.
Okay.
This is probably why I didn't do so good in school.
Okay.
So I would tell these kids I'm sticking up for them because, they were traumatized by the bullies.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you do my homework. I'll make sure so-and-so doesn't ever bothers you again.
Oh, my gosh.
So I had these kids do my homework.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
And then then came time for the test.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shit, I don't know any of these answers.
Exactly. Yeah, you wouldn't.
So, I didn't think it through far enough.
Right. You didn't look at the whole picture.
I looked at the picture for, hey, tonight I got homework, so hey, you're doing my homework and he won't bother you ever again.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't really figure out how are you going to help me with my test next week.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny.
That's why I'm restoring cars now.
Well, I don't know how. Well, okay. I don't know how we went from Thanksgiving coziness to beating the crap out of people on the schoolyard.
Yeah.
But whatever. Hey, this is our podcast, and we're not apologizing
cheers.
for it. Yeah, cheers.
Happy.
Hold on. Cheers.
Happy.
Clink. There you go.
It's like the Pilgrims and Indians. They landed on the Mayflower. They fought a little. No, they had dinner. Right?
Oh God, we're gonna cut this out.
Yeah.
That's you don't even know what you're talking about.
I got all my history knowledge from Bugs Bunny, apparently. So
you did, yes. All right, so.
Oh boy, too much coffee.
We know we've mentioned it before, but we used to go camping like more when the weather cooled off, and that was always a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing that with the family. I thought that was great. And this is something that I don't know if Carl knows this about me, but during the fall season, football starts up. And I love the sound of a football game.
Yeah.
There's something about it. The whistle and the crowds and the
energy.
The energy and I absolutely love that sound. I can take a wonderful nap during a football game because I love the sound.
You take a nap?
Oh, no, I don't always take a nap, but I can.
It should energize you.
If there's a team on that two teams obviously that I don't know, I'm not engaged with, it's just so relaxing for me to have the doors open and have that sound. I can just take a lovely nap. Wow. Now, it's engaging and energizing if I'm committed to the team. That's different. But yeah, I just love the sound. To me, fall would not be the same without the sound of football.
So you need a football game to sleep.
Yeah.
I need a hurricane to sleep.
Yeah, that is true.
We talked about that too
before.
It's
crazy.
But yeah, so I love the sound of the football. And I miss, and that's the one thing too I miss is when the kids were little, they all had their jerseys. We live in Florida, so we'd root for the Bucks.
Yeah.
They all had their jerseys. We'd all sit around. Amanda had a little tiny cheerleader costume when she was tiny.
So cute.
We'd have Sunday football food.
We'd put the big spread out.
And everything in the TV in the house was on in case you walked into the kitchen. It was just, we were really into it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And I think it's sad now. Because we got rid of cable.
Right.
We downsized.
We just do Roku and whatever, Amazon.
And, to be able to watch football now, you got to
You have to have a subscription or something. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Which is insanely expensive.
Yeah.
And, we have Paramount, and Paramount plays some of the games.
Yeah.
But if it's a home game, they won't play it.
Which is crazy.
And you can't watch it.
Yeah,
and
it's like nuts.
I got to pay all this money to watch a football game.
Right.
And it took the joy out of it. Cause
it's a complete racket.
We could watch it over the air if we stick an antenna up. You can watch it for free.
So you still can now?
I think you can.
Oh.
So why can I watch it for free if I stick an antenna up and I can't watch it for free digitally?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Yeah, it's a racket.
We're just, I do miss that. I miss the time watching the football games and all that.
Maybe we'll have to figure something out and just kind of have our football days again and put our little spread out and just have, grill out on the grill and just make it fun. Open the doors and just make it. We'll have to plan
for
on
the
doing
games that we can
fun.
watch maybe on
because we have TVs in the living room and then on the back porch, so we can just have a good time. We'll have to try it. We'll have to do it.
If we can get certain games, we can.
Yeah, certain. I mean, who cares? We'll just put it on. Just pretend we're watching. Just have the whole feeling of it. Have the aesthetic. Have the football aesthetic.
We'll watch an old game from the 70s on YouTube and cheer for our favorite team.
All right, I love the flavor of pumpkin. Because it's not year-round, so I love pumpkin season. Do you like pumpkin flavor? Like pumpkin flavor coffee and pumpkin flavor tea? And okay, so I bought a bag of pumpkin flavor coffee, and Carl's like, geez, will you just get regular coffee? And I'm like, why don't you like the seasonal? Like, why can't you get on board with it and embrace it? Like, what is up with that?
So...
Okay.
We're painting the picture. Mm-hmm. That's her little picture there with the pencils. So my picture with the crayons. Everything is pumpkin.
But it's just for a little window of time.
Yeah, starting from June to maybe January.
October, not June. Okay, maybe September.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now we're getting a little closer to the truth.
September.
So the coffee is pumpkin flavored. Any treat that comes into the house is pumpkin flavored.
Yes.
Everything is pumpkin flavored.
Even my body lotion.
I was getting to that. Now she walked by me the other night. I have talked in the past. She has all these flavors, and she walked by. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
And she says it's pumpkin waffles.
Yes.
Body flavor.
And it is delicious.
Wow. Say that again. It smells good.
It does.
But Jesus, with the pumpkins,
Yeah,
enough already,
you gotta
right?
love the pumpkin.
Then
You
we
gotta love the
cut open a
pumpkin.
pumpkin. We have pumpkin seeds, which that's okay.
Of course, those were
We bake
delicious.
those. That's natural.
Amanda
It's fresh.
really knows how to make them perfect. She seasons them up and puts them in the oven.
So let's name some of this stuff you bring home that's pumpkin flavor. We always get pumpkin waffles.
Coffee.
Tea.
Yes, the waffles.
Tea.
Cereal. Candles.
Candles.
Like I can't eat the muffins, so we don't do that. But if I could eat the muffins, we would do pumpkin muffins. Yeah, anything basically that's food related that they make a pumpkin flavor, I always will buy it. Absolutely.
Not even food, body lotion related.
Well, that's
anything
true.
related.
That's true. Yeah.
So
gotta do it.
to me, it's just so overdone. Like,
please.
I would. Yeah, it's just me. So
It is because
I would
change.
Yeah. Well,
He does not like it.
now if they had a candy for Thanksgiving, maybe I'd be on board. But
it would be called candy corn. That's not really pumpkin flavored, though.
No, it's not pumpkin flavored. That's
so you're
Halloween.
talking about a pumpkin flavored candy?
Yeah, I don't even know if I would like that.
Guarantee I can find it.
Oh, Jesus.
Make it taste it.
Okay, find it.
Oh, I'll find it.
Yeah, find it.
Okay.
Find me one and let's try it. Or find a couple and let's try it. That's a good dare
All right,
for you.
I'll look for it.
But, so here's the thing, is we buy stuff in bulk. So
Well, not everything.
a lot of times we do. So
Not everything.
Well, so I have to have coffee. I am a
Yeah,
coffee
well, I did buy
drinker.
the big giant bag
So
of coffee. It's true.
a 5-pound thing of pumpkin coffee lasts a long time.
Not in this house. The rate that you and Amanda drink coffee, it's like a 20-pound bag lasts like 1 week. Are you kidding? Who are you trying to kid over here?
Well, that's a whole week I got to drink pumpkin coffee. Anyways, Joanne loves her pumpkin.
I do.
I will have a few things, and then I'm ready to go back to my routine. I don't need.
Yeah,
I'm not obsessed with
Mr.
the pumpkins like you
Routine.
are.
Yeah, Mr. Routine.
You with your pumpkin
Yeah.
and your peanut butter.
Oh, I love peanut butter anything.
Oh my God.
Peanut butter.
Oh my God. Everything has peanut butter.
Yes.
Every
I
treat
love
she
it.
buys has peanut
I
butter.
love it.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I
and
love
I could
it.
care less about it.
I
but
know.
It just.
Peanut butter protein bars, peanut butter protein shakes, peanut butter on cookies and crackers and
muffins,
just
everything.
Peanut butter, everything. Apples dipped in peanut butter.
It's too much
I
peanut
love
butter.
it. I love it. You know what I just saw in the store the other day?
Jesus, you scared me.
I got excited. It's something new for me to try.
I need some coffee.
Okay, I found peanut butter puffs. They're like a cheese puff, but they're peanut butter.
God.
I have to buy them.
But look, this is what I have to live with. And it's not just a seasonal thing with her.
No, peanut butter's all year round.
All year round.
All year round, my entire life.
My
Absolutely.
breakfast cereal. I want to get breakfast cereal. 90% of the time, it's some peanut butter flavored breakfast cereal.
It hasn't been lately. Because I haven't been eating cereal in like a year, so it hasn't been for like a year.
Oh my God. But it's still just...
But if I see it, yeah, sure, why not have it in the house? Yeah, why not? Gotta try it.
Peanut butter and pumpkin. That's what you need to come up with a flavor. Peanut butter pumpkin. See if you like that.
Peanut butter pumpkin combo?
Yeah. Peanut butter pumpkin cookies.
If it was sweet enough, I think you could pull it off. It's a weird combo.
I won't eat it, but I
think if you had enough sweetness in it, I think you could meld the two. I think you could do it. Yeah.
All right, we're going to experiment with that.
Okay.
So, like I said, I'm not interested in it, but I want to see you eat it.
Yeah. Well, I would eat it. I wouldn't have any problem with that.
I know. It's 2 of your favorite things in the world.
Because, let's see, what else we have here?
I don't know.
Okay, there's something I would like to do sometime.
Okay. Go for a ride in the Mustang?
No. What I would like to do is take a trip during the fall. Well, fine.
Okay. I'm in now.
Take a trip during the fall to go see the fall leaves, like before they drop, but they're that nice bright yellow and gold and red. It's been a long time. Gosh, it's been since 2008 since I have seen fall leaves. And then I only know that it was 2008 because we were in Virginia at that time.
For your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a long time. I mean, that's 13, I didn't do the math, but I don't know, 13, 15 years? 15 years. So that's a long time. So I would love to do that. Just go and drive and just take a nice little fall leaf road trip. I think that would be awesome.
Wow. Okay. We'll have to put something else on the list for me to go with you, but we could look at the fall leaves while we're driving
I'm
to
sure
something.
There's things to go do, not just staring at the fall leaves. There's probably all kinds of things that you could do along the way.
If it's
festivals, and I'm sure there's car shows you could hit.
Okay,
there's a lot of stuff to do.
Now you piqued my curiosity, because
Yeah.
otherwise I'm just going to put a screensaver on the TV with fall leaves for you.
Wow, yeah.
Save
Well,
some money.
and actually Amanda does that in her room, and I love it. I think it's great. So let's see. I have a question for you. Okay, Carl.
All right, I'm ready.
So I want you to zone in on the word really.
Really?
Okay, so the question is, would you rather be really hot or really cold?
It's going to be opposite of you.
Right.
If we're talking about really,
yeah, really.
I can't take the cold when it gets bitter cold.
Okay.
I can't seem to get keep warm. So I'd rather be hot.
Yeah.
I'm just, my previous job, I'm used to it with the stuff I used to wear, and my current job, restoring cars, it's hot. I'm used to the warm weather.
Yeah.
Now, if we could meet in the middle,
Well, that's not
that
the
would be
question.
different.
The
But,
question
yeah,
is
so I'd
not
rather-
meeting in the middle. It's
I'd rather-
really. That's why
I'd rather
I knew
be-
you'd go there. So if the question is really hot or really cold.
well, and then again, really hot is brutal too. But
It is.
I'd rather be hot
Okay.
than freezing my tuchus off.
And we're not talking about losing limbs, but we're
Yeah.
talking really cold. Like you have goosebumps, your teeth perhaps are chattering. Is that what they call it? You know,
Yeah,
like when they.
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because I've been out. If I'm envisioning being out where it's like your ankles and your bones are starting to hurt from the cold. That's kind of what you're talking about, right?
Well, the word really. So I mean, I
so-
would assume.
Yeah, I don't like that.
know.
I don't like it.
Okay.
That's why I live in Florida.
I would choose really cold.
I know you would.
I would. The heat just takes it out of me. It causes inflammation for me. I feel so good in the wintertime. I have twice as much energy, and I have a lot of energy, okay? But I have twice as much in the wintertime. I love it. My body feels good. It doesn't feel inflamed. It's just, I love it. I love being cold. Love it.
And when she's cold, she always makes me cold because...
Oh, yeah. Open up all the doors. The high is 60, which I know a lot of you are laughing because 60 is not cold to you guys. But it is here.
We'll have
in
some
Florida.
of our cold days. And she doesn't want to put the heat on.
No.
She'll throw a bunch of blankets on.
Yeah.
And then she'll put fans on.
Sure.
And I'm freezing my ass
Yeah.
off. And I can't get enough
Yeah.
stuff to keep me warm.
That's right.
It's your job to keep me warm. You should come over and cuddle. What'd you call it? What'd you say? Cozy. The Cozy Podcast.
Yeah.
You just got to cozy up to
Okay,
me,
so
warm me
here's
up.
what's funny. Okay, so in the wintertime, I will, we'll watch a show and I'll cozy up and we'll get a blanket on. And my body heats up so quickly that sometimes
geez.
even you
Yeah,
are
I
like,
have to kick
oh,
off.
you got to get away from me
yeah.
because I heat up like a heat blanket.
Like a hot
I don't
rock.
know what it is about my body, but man,
I don't either.
I'm just hot.
Yeah.
So, remember when we took a trip to Gatlinburg, and I think it was just when fall was starting because I remember we went, it wasn't like cold.
How long ago are you talking?
Well, Tennessee, I mean, it's before we started a family.
Okay.
Yeah, and we stayed in the mountains.
Yeah.
And we went hiking.
Right.
But I remember it wasn't hot and it wasn't freezing cold. There's no snow on the ground, but it was definitely like nice weather. And that was a really fun trip, and I wouldn't mind doing that again. We stayed in that little cabin. That was fun. Remember we went down that big mountain slide? That little cart.
Yeah. No, vaguely. Yeah. And like there was Dollywood there.
Yeah, Dollywood.
So
Gatlinburg.
What's that called?
It's Dollywood. It's called Gatlinburg, but yeah, that's where we went.
Gatlinburg, okay.
And Dollywood is there. And
it's kind of a touristy thing.
Definitely touristy, yeah.
But yeah, driving through the mountains was fun.
Yeah. We should take the kids to the mountains sometime. I don't think we went to Virginia, and we went to North Carolina once. And so they got to experience some of that, but we haven't done the mountains. We'll have to think about that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
While Amanda's still living at home.
Right.
You know, do that with them. So I wanted to tell you guys about why Carl becomes an old man.
Oh, geez, here we go.
In the wintertime. I don't. I become a spry, energetic, gorgeous lady. And Carl becomes an old man.
Yeah, she melts in the summertime.
I do.
Melts and complains.
That's absolutely. I do. It's true.
We're complete opposites as the weather goes.
It is. Well, we're complete opposites in so many ways.
Yeah.
So Carl.
Okay.
Let's be honest about when the temperature drops even just a little bit. Carl gets cold. And you guys have heard about his draftiness.
Did we talk about that?
Well, we talked about the draftiness, like how your ankles. I told you not to wear tube socks, and you were lying in the back, drafty ankles.
Yeah.
So when it gets cold, I like to have a fan on. No matter what, when it's hot, cold, I like to have a fan. I like the air to move around in the house. I like
every fan in the house is on.
Sure, that's how it is. I'm in Florida. What do you expect? Okay, it's never 40 degrees here. Okay, so you got to have the air moving around. So to me, it feels great. I'm finally refreshed after suffering through 8 months of heat and humidity. It finally cools down. I'm finally celebrating and having a good time. And Carl is bundled up under a blanket like a little old man. And then he says,
'cause you're freezing me out.
He says, will you bring me another blanket because my feet are cold?
Why are we talking about this?
Is it true? And then, God forbid, he gets a breeze on his neck. Because if he gets a breeze on his neck, suddenly he's going to get pneumonia.
Sick.
Yeah, it's true.
And if I don't get some kind of a blanket soon, I'll get double pneumonia.
This, and I'm like, Carl.
So, all right.
Cold does not cause sickness.
Does.
That is a myth.
So here,
you can look it up. It's a myth.
It's the way I was raised.
It's because 150-year-old Aunt Claire was convinced of it. Yeah, she was old.
All would do that. And it's like, don't cover up if there's a draft because you're going to get sick.
And it's baloney.
It's not baloney.
I looked it up.
I don't care what Google says. I need you guys to write in and
weigh in
on this. Yes.
Goldilocks and the Silver Fox @gmail.com.
Yeah. If you believe that a draft in the cold weather blowing on you can make you feel sick, and you get a stuffy nose, send in some emails. If you think that's not true, don't bother sending any emails.
Which it is nonsense. Well, I'm going to read to you. It says,
let us know what you think.
Versus fiction.
It's
myth. You can catch a cold from being cold.
Yes.
The truth is, the real reason people get sick in the winter is proximity. People generally spend more time indoors and come in closer contact with people who are coughing and sneezing, so viruses tend to make the rounds and strike more people during the winter. Now, I also do believe that when we get any extreme temperature, whether hot or cold, but when you're cold, your body works really hard to keep itself warm. I do think when your body's working really hard to do things, it could maybe compromise your immune system, but it's not a germ and it's not going to make you sick. It might make you slightly more susceptible.
No, it's the draft that sends your body over the edge.
It is not.
It is.
No.
So if you're the Unabomber and you're in a cabin by yourself in the snow,
okay,
or just by yourself in the snow.
The Unabomber has no business in my podcast. Okay, let's strike that from the record, please.
So I can't.
So you're a loner in the snow. Let's just be a loner in the snow.
All
Some guy that just doesn't like, people like you.
Okay, so I'm by myself in the snow-covered mountains in my little log cabin.
You're not going to get sick.
I am.
No, you're not.
If there's a draft through that cabin, I'm going to get sick.
You're only going to get sick if the draft brought in a germ from somebody who sneezed whilst walking by your cabin.
So if a deer or a raccoon walks by and sneezes,
only
I can get sick from them?
If they have a germ that could make you sick transmit over to humans.
That is bogus.
No, it's not.
And I'm telling you it's bogus. I need you guys to weigh in and back me up on this. Like I said, if you're on my side, send them some emails. Back me up. And if not, don't worry about it. Yeah, I got a feeling this is going to be like the whole tube sock thing all over again.
Listen, I don't need anyone to back me up because I know I'm right.
Oh, no. It's just because you can tolerate the cold. I can't.
I can tolerate the cold, absolutely, but it's got nothing to do with germs.
I'm a little drafty right now. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I did have the doors open this morning.
All right.
And it was 78 degrees, so that's not even cold.
My throat's getting sore right now from the
this
draft.
is what I deal with all season long.
Not all season, just some wintertime.
That's a season, all season long, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's wrap it up. I think we're
Wrapping
good.
it up.
Wrapping it up for today,
I'm
right?
exhausted. Yeah, I need another cup of coffee.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's what you need.
Yeah. Actually, I need a nap now. I'm going to crash. Hey, hang on.
Whoa.
Let's see where it
let's
goes.
call Robbie. We're going to call Robbie. We're not wrapping this up.
We're not wrapping it up. So
Right.
we're going to try something.
You guys have heard us talk about Robbie before. It's his best friend since childhood.
So Robbie and I grew up together. We met in middle school.
Yeah.
And he's in some of the stories we've talked
Just
about.
call him. Don't talk about...
No, we talked about the car stories.
Yes, just call him up. You're boring people. You got to keep this moving. Am I right? If I'm right, why don't you send me an email at goldilocksandthesilverfox@gmail.com.
Oh, my goodness.
and let's weigh in on that. Yes. Thank you. It's good.
You're giving me a lot to talk to my therapist about this week. Just kidding. I don't talk.
Or you could just leave a comment. You don't even have to email us, honestly. But if you wanted to be secret about it, you could email.
All right, so let's see how this goes.
All right, let's see. Get on the speakerphone.
Yeah. He was in a meeting, so I don't know if he's out of his meeting yet. So we'll see what happens.
Try it.
All right, I guess we'll have to do this on
Robbie,
another
what are you
podcast.
doing? Eating a hoagie? What's going on over there? Answer the phone.
Please leave your message for 72.
Don't leave his number on there. Okay.
Ooh, 727. Whew. All right, I guess that's not going to work.
Maybe next time.
All right,
yeah,
Robbie.
Yeah.
Answer your phone, Robbie.
Hey, if you want us to call you, send us your number.
Oh, yeah. Send us an email with your phone number. We'll call you.
We'll do it. We dare you.
Oh, my gosh, that's funny. Yeah. We'll talk about anything you want.
Heck yeah.
Oh, boy. All right.
All right, friends. It has been good spending this time with you guys. We hope you've enjoyed it.
It's been a blast.
Yeah.
I've had fun this podcast. So thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us.
Hit like if you got any enjoyment out of this at all whatsoever. Hit the like button.
And tell your friends.
Yeah.
Pass the word along. We want this to grow. We want you guys to enjoy this.
And if you're listening on Apple, give us a good review.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
And if you didn't like it, don't leave a review at all. Just don't. just
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time in like a week. Yeah, every Wednesday.
Wait, you forgot how long we do this? Okay, so every Wednesday. So
Yes.
see you next Wednesday.
Yeah. See ya. Ciao.
Bye, guys. Cue the music.